Hey, all right, welcome to Wait Till You See This. This one's going to be a little bit different than my other check-ins that I've made. I've already done the check-in for the week. I had an experience this morning that I wanted to share with you and realize we're going to talk about mental health a little bit. This is not me giving any kind of professional advice or doing any kind of diagnoses or anything. This is just my personal experience and something that I would really love to see. So this morning I was very excited. I've lost quite a bit of weight. I'm on this GLP-1. I had an excellent doctor's appointment yesterday. I'm off almost all of my meds. I've only been on this GLP-1 since the beginning of February. I've already lost almost 20 pounds. I feel great. I've lost a size. I mean, wow. I feel like I'm closer to the person that I used to be. And I mean, I did everything I possibly could to lose that weight. At one point I did lose some weight and I did keto over COVID and I lost a bunch of weight, but it was just almost impossible to maintain that diet. And it turned out that me getting lazy on it, I think impacted my then being diagnosed recently with, or last year with, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It was easier to have the nitrates, with the deli meat or have bacon. Bacon's so good. Anyway, so I did a lot of the wrong fats. So the weight, it did kind of come off and stay off a little bit. I lost almost 40 pounds and I put about 20 back on. So now I'm on this, and this is more because I have chronic illnesses. This is like something that's going to be for life, especially if it can take me off the other medications. Yes, I know people have had side effects and all that, but this stuff has been around for 20 years. It does not work for everybody. I would not, I really wish it would. I also feel like everybody's journey is different. So when they did the research and they did, they got their sample sizes and they did the controls and all these studies. But what they did was they went with a certain regimen, right? So you start at 2.5 milligrams. This is for my, for like Zepbound. And so you start at 2.5, you do that for 4 weeks, you go to 5, do that for 4 weeks, and on. And so now that we have compounding pharmacies, I get tirzepatide, which is compounded with B6. And the company that I use is actually started me at 1.5. So remember, before the research was 2.5. But what they're finding is, as there's been practical use of this medication, is that, yes, that was the research. However, we're finding just anecdotally that this works really well if you're able to stay on a lower dose for a length of time, and it's easier to titrate down. And the other thing the reason that I want to stay lower is because I don't want to max out. So there's some people who are like, I'm at 15, now what? As long as I'm losing weight, I am staying where I'm at. So I'm at 3.0. Anyway, so I've put a lot of work into this. I watch what I eat. I watch movement. Excuse me. I might have just a little bit of burpiness, but it's not bad. Anyway, so I do watch what I eat and all that. I take supplements. I watch my protein. I watch my hydration. I pay close attention to my body. I do have allergies right now, so if you hear that raspiness, that's where that came from. Makes me want to sing a little bit of, I don't know, like Janis Joplin, or, like, oh Lord, what you give? Anyways, so here's where the story goes. Neurosparkly brain has to overshare and go too far in the story, but here it goes. So this morning, I was trying on bras that I haven't been able to wear for years. So exciting. They fit. Oh! So I was very excited. Well, like a very dear friend, somebody who is like one of the nicest, best-hearted souls you've ever met on this planet, sends me a picture of myself. You already probably know where this is going. So pictures have actually been looking better in my mind. However, she had this fantastic event, and I had the good fortune to be able to volunteer and do, to be part of it. And so she has a picture of me at this event. Well, that morning I was like, hey, I'm just going to wear this frumpy shirt because, as you gain more weight, the clothing choices are really minimal. Like a lot of them are very loud or very tight or whatever. And so I never really wore the tight stuff. Even when I'm thin, I don't usually wear tight stuff. And so I just threw this shirt on. It's really cute though because it's like leopard, but it's purple and black with the white background. So loud. Anyways, but it's also too big for me, very loose. And then I have these arms. Oh, and so I had on this like knit jacket thing, and like on almost anything I wear, my arms look like they're massive. Anyways, so she sends me this picture, and not only is it of me sideways, I'm bent over a table, and gravity has taken hold of everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, please, please, please do not post that. And then I know she felt bad. She's like, I didn't post it. Like, I just thought you'd want this. And she's right, because it's with a person that I hadn't seen and I had worked with. And I really highly value that interaction. She was right. But it's almost like it gave me like a PTSD of like all of a sudden everything, all of my successes washed away. It was horrifying. It was scary. And I mean, when I looked at it, it was almost like the last few months didn't even happen. That is something to worry about, right? So it's bad enough that oftentimes we have body dysmorphia and feel like our body looks way bigger than it really is, or vice versa, and we may think it looks way smaller than it really is. So I feel like that just kind of impacted me. So because I had tried on the bras and they fit, that was like a tangible moment in my life of the same exact day. Plus I weighed myself and I lost a little bit of weight. So none of this is on my friend, because I'm telling you what, I would trust her with my life. Like, she is one of the most amazing people I know. So, excuse me, I can't, these allergies anyways. So then I kind of started reliving. I know this is a really long one, so hopefully you're still with me. Anyways, so then I started reliving one of my last doctor appointments, the one second to last. And this is when I finally received my diagnosis of lipedema and hypermobility. And I had thought that I had lipedema a while back. And I had told my nephrologist that I felt I had lipedema, and he still prescribed things that went against my lipedema and caused me more pain. With this diagnosis, it's like it opened up the floodgate of all these possibilities that would be positive, and positive conversations I could have. It was less gaslighting. It took the gaslighting out of things. I'm 60 years old, and I have felt gaslit by medical professionals for years. Now, at one point I did have a very good team, but I have so many things going on with me that I have gone in and I've been told either you weigh too much, lose weight, you need to exercise, stop eating so much, watch your salt. That does not help with metabolic problems. So yes, it is good to not eat so much. It is good to get exercise and things. But I'm telling you, there are times when I have a flare-up, I can't. When I was put on the wrong medication, I walked like Frankenstein for like a week. I had to use my cane. Had I had any other kind of mobility device, I probably would have used that. It was very painful. So that's where I go into mental health. These are things that impacted me significantly. When I had that last, in case you see me moving around, it's because my cat, Addie, wants to be part of the video. When I had that last appointment with that cardiologist, and she gave me those diagnoses, my ADHD showed up. Like, it reared its head. Hi, Addie. Orange. Anyways, and my ADHD is not medicated because of all my other health stuff. It was great when it was, but it's not now. And it just went off the charts. I was so excited, talking loudly. Everything was so great. Oh my gosh. Well, that scared her. So she went ahead and put a referral for a mental health professional for me. And I was like, well, I mean, I did ask for that before when we thought I had these huge heart problems. I was like, this is a lot to take. Can you refer me? And she was like, yes. And that didn't happen. So now I'm like flying. I'm feeling so good. And she refers me. And I thought, okay, so this person calls to set up an appointment. And I'm like, hey, like she sounded worried. And I'm like, I'm feeling so much better. Like the gaslighting, it's like, I just feel amazing that I'm not feeling like I'm crazy anymore. Never say that to a mental health professional anymore. Anyway, so she's like, okay, well, let's set up a meeting, an appointment. And then we got disconnected. And so she's called, since then, I haven't called her back because when I said that, I didn't get any kind of response that one would want if you've been gaslit for years. And that would be, oh, that sounds like something we need to dig into. That's it. Something like that would have been great. Now, from what I hear, this professional has a stellar reputation. So I am not trying to go against this person, nor my cardiologist, who I love. It is more about the idea of how do you find the right mental health professional to help with these chronic conditions. And when I'm online, I mean, I could cry. It's sad. There are people who get on these sites and they want to give up. Give up, I tell you, give up. Because they feel like no one is listening to them. That is not okay. When did that become okay? There are people who are experiencing significant life-changing, life-altering conditions, and they are told they're too fat, they don't move enough, and they eat too much. Not okay. I'm reaching out to you because I want to hear your story if you want to share it. I know it's very personal. But I'm also hoping that there are some doctors out there who are willing to help. We need lists. We need the doctors to say, hey, you have this chronic condition and I've got a mental health professional who knows what that means. That's what we need. We need less people to give up. Everybody's life has value and we need everybody to know that. Wow, that ended up really weird. All right, I love you. I hope you all have an awesome day and don't give up whatever you do because there's people like me in the world who give a shit.